Alright everybody, we are back with part 3 for Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered here, and we are now in chapter 5 with Kain. We finished chapter 4 in the previous part, which was pretty much just dedicated to chapter 4, but we farmed some stuff out in there, like blinding the 50 enemies. We also got the 2 miscellaneous achievements. Well, I guess it's technically 1 miscellaneous achievement for destroying 40 tombstones. The other one we did was collateral damage, which is where we get hit into a breakable object. So we did that in that part too, and we're still all caught up on our collectibles. There's 4 collectibles in this chapter, but this chapter, we're also going to be able to farm a few of our other kill this many enemies in this way achievements. We should be able to farm the 25 drowning kills, the 50 spike kills, and the 50 falling kills, like knocking them off a ledge. And we should be able to also get Devil May Care achievement, where we get 25 enemies to harm another enemy, because I think we get the ability to turn them against each other. Actually, we already have it. The Flame Reaver ability that we have, I think, does that, so we can also try and get that one. But yeah, like I said, we're in chapter 5 now. Kain's looking for the pillars, so that's where we're gonna be. I'll show off the method when we actually get over there. It actually kept the enemies killed when I killed them, though. So that's good. I don't know if I can lure these guys to the cliff edge, because they're gonna be on an awkward angle. Might be able to get this guy back there. Yeah, there he goes. Again, we don't really have to worry about these two, but I'm just gonna get the extra cliff kills. But we can get enemies to spawn in this area. I'll just get a close quarters feed on him then.
How strange to see this place long before my birth. Centuries before the corruption set in that would poison the land and put me on the treacherous path I still followed. In the future, these edifices would be condemned to darkness and decay. I would cause their fall and build my empire upon their ruins. Was it still possible that with the right knowledge, the right moves, I might one day see Nosgoth restored, the pillars pure once more? My answer, according to Mobius, lay somewhere to the west of this place. I could restore the world, perhaps, but never again could I give Nosgoth back her innocence.
Yeah, it's basically some Blood Omen 1 stuff there. That's basically the final choice you make in that game, is either to keep the pillars or destroy them. And destroying them is kind of what triggers everything, but now that we're at the pillars, we can get our first collectible and see the guys that we can farm the drowning kills on. Let's head over here. Another health talisman for us. Yeah, these are the drowning kills here. Like I said, you only need 25 of them. I think there's actually a 4th archer up there. Maybe there's only 3. But what we can do is if we run back to the beginning area where we started, just take a little walk. There should actually be some new enemies over here as well. Yeah. Got a new spear guy, which sometimes 2 of them can spawn over here. But let's get a fall kill on this guy. And then, if we go back to where the water was, we should have more people by the water again. So that's kind of the loop I'm going to do until we get the 25 drowning kills. I might try to farm the 50 falling kills, but if it's only going to spawn 1 to 2 guys, it might take a bit. We got some falling kills in the first chapter. But yeah, these archers came back. I don't want them to get too far back here. That guy's actually going to survive. Get him again. I gotta wait for my telekinesis to recharge. Alright, there we go. That's 4 more. So that's basically the loop. So like I said, I'm gonna keep repeating this until I get the 25 drowning kills, and I'm always gonna go back and hit a guy off the ledge as well. Keep hitting the edge there, which freaks Kain out. Alright, there we go. There's our 25 drowning kills. I'm obviously not close to the falling kills. I can't remember exactly how many we did in the first chapter, because we did push some of them off the edge, but not many, so I'm probably hovering at around maybe 15 to 20 of those, but I need 50. I might farm a little bit more of those. Also, while you're doing this, Kain's health will slowly drain, but this thing also respawns every time you're running the loop, so you can always just top your health off with this thing. That will actually go towards breaking open 75 of those as well. But I'm going to knock some more enemies off the ledge back in the beginning and see maybe if I'll just stick it out and get the achievement out of the way, or just get a few more. Alright, I'm back at the pillars. I farmed a few more falling kills, but I might actually be able to do the spike kills now too, farm those while I'm doing the falling kills, so that way I'm still getting falling kills. So let's actually continue our main path here. We also are going to be getting our next collectible right away. Yeah, there's some spikes in this area that we can use. And I think we can keep coming back in here and getting even more of these.
Get him!
Let's stick them to these. You guys wanna join in on the fun here? There's some of those. Actually, before we get the collectible, maybe I'll just eliminate these guys and then head back. Oh, he actually died from falling. I wonder if these actually count as falling kills then. So then I'll take some of these. Let's get our telekinesis to recharge. He actually stuck to the edge there. Alright, there's a spike kill. Spellcasters no more. Alright, those are either be falling kills or just normal kills. I don't actually know. But yeah, this is the area, I think, where you can farm these. Let's see if we hit a checkpoint and see if that actually resets it in real time. Just so I can show it. But yeah, this is like a really good spot to kind of just farm these out. Also grab this right away. But yeah, the only downside to this is that usually the method to respawn them... Actually, those archers respawned. But usually the method is to always run back to the beginning to get them to show up again. But if you just want to knock these out right away, I would say it's worth it. That way you can just kind of fight and do whatever you want while fighting without worrying about the types of kills you need. Alright, now that we knocked him off, let's go see if it resets the dudes by the spikes. Yep, they're all back. So that does work. So if you want to get your 75 spike kills, which we just got the Slay 500 Enemies achievement. The only reason why I haven't really mentioned that one is that if you're killing the enemies in this game, that's gonna happen. Let's get him on a spike. Can't throw these guys into the other one. They're like hitting an invisible wall.
Die, vampire!
Let's wait and pull him into this one instead. Alright. Oh, he actually lived. This guy's got 9 lives. There we go. It doesn't look like the other people on the upper part of this came back, just that one initial group. But alright, I'm gonna just continue this loop, getting my spike kills and more falling kills then. Alright, there's my 50 impales. Ow. These guys can actually be kind of aggressive. Right now I'm actually just trying to charge the Reaver. Well, it's not going to stick the charge anyways. Also, there's one thing that I forgot to mention that you can do. Is if you go into your menu here, the first tab, you can actually go into statistics to see exactly where you are on stuff. So I only need 9 more close feedings for that one achievement. But as you can see, I have 43 falling kills, and wall impalements is now at 50. For the feeding basins, we're actually at 71 out of 75, so I'm almost done with that. And then the immolations, we're at 12. Freezing, we don't have anything that has the ability to do that yet. But I only need 7 more falling kills, so I might just farm the rest of those out and then come back to this area. So I'm going to go do those. Alright, this should be my last one here. So let's lure this guy on up. Normally they're a lot faster than that. There we go. I don't have to worry about falling kills anymore. You don't necessarily have to farm these. I'm just getting them out of the way because I want to reiterate, you have to do all of these in one playthrough. The statistics will reset on a new game, so you basically would start over. So I'm just trying to make sure I maximize on it, but they probably do give you enough opportunity to do this stuff anyways. But alright, now we can continue here. I just gotta focus on charging my Reaver and turning them against each other now, just making sure I get that out of the way. I think you only have to do that 25 times. So let's see if we can get this thing charged up. Now, I've heard mixed reports on how this actually works. I've heard some people say that you just have to turn them against each other and that's what counts towards it. And other people say that they have to die. Considering they don't really ever get the finishing blow, I would assume that just turning them against each other counts towards it. Alright, let's get up here and get our second collectible. This one's kind of directly on the main path. That's out of the way now. These guys, man. They're slam down attack. I could use the spikes to just kill them right away. But I do want to charge up the Reaver a bit. Oh, there he goes. That was a good counter attack. Just side strafed me and instantly hit me off the ledge. Hate when they do that. So you kind of really can't stop it because you don't know if they're gonna sideswipe. They're gonna knock themselves off the edge. Dude, this guy is immortal. Also, I did actually get the achievement for feeding as Kain 125 times while I was running that loop. The basins actually count towards that as well. The reason why I didn't really bring that one up is you're most likely going to do that regardless. Alright, let's get through here. Those guys were putting up a fight.
My path ended here, offering only this empty vista. Was this another of Mobius's little jokes? Or a puzzle for which I had not yet found the answer?
Well, you can clearly see this is missing something.
This symbol seemed familiar. Perhaps I needed to recover another fragment of the balance emblem before I could proceed.
Well, alright. We might actually have to go back to the area where we have to use the fire, or it just wants me to go over there. Though, I don't know if I can make that jump. Definitely not. Alright, I'm back over here. I didn't even notice this. This is probably the key item we need for that pedestal over by the torches, but we're getting attacked now. Let's see if we can get another charge on our Reaver. Dude, I wish the spellcasters in Raziel's time were that weak. I don't know who he started attacking. I'll take any number of them I can get. Get another feeding. Did he actually hit me out of the air with that? These guys not know where they're going? What are they doing?
Die, vampire!
They actually do a lot of damage to each other. Ooh, okay. I'm getting stuck in his attacks. Can't move. Gee, this guy's going Super Saiyan. He's actually stun locking me. I can't even force push him. There we go, Jesus. Wonder what got into him. Let me grab some extra health. There more of those purple things spawning? Yeah. Let's get rid of these guys. So most of them are stuck on geometry. think we cleared them all out. Don't see any more. Damn, he threw that right at me. This would actually be a good amount of enemies to use that Reaver charge move. They would just hold still. Nope, Kain, don't do this right now. It's the same button as attacking. That should be a decent amount of them. Let's get the Reaver charged up again. Well, a little bit of a charge at least. Yeah, now we can get through here. More of these purple things. I don't think I'm gonna get attacked by any basic enemies anymore. But we can get our third collectible now that we're over by this waterfall. Still sketchy jumping near water. Both of our collectibles are technically in this area. I'm gonna see if we can get up to the other one from here. This one's kind of in a weird spot. I always forget exactly how they want me to jump to this, because I think I want to jump from where the TK blast is, but I think, yeah, here we go. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we can make it up there without doing that. So let's grab this. There we go. Scourge of the Circle. New Kain skin. We'll check out all the skins when we have more of them unlocked, but that should actually be all of the collectibles in this chapter. Like I said, a lot of our time on this chapter was mainly just farming the other stuff. Yeah, this is really weird with the geometry here. I never really understood the layout. Let's see if I can just get my way back up on this side again. Because it'll actually be easier to land on it.
Another fragment of the balance emblem. This one endowed with the properties of dimension. Perhaps this would reveal the mystery that lay west of the pillars, if Mobius spoke the truth, and there was indeed something there to find.
Alright, now, the thing is, though, with Kain's abilities, because now we're not going to be able to brainwash them, I forgot how we switch his sword. There we go. Because I'm hitting the D-pad before, but it's not like Raziel, where you can just cycle through them. But I got it. We do still want to use the flame one right now, because we still need to get that Devil May Care achievement. Let's get rid of these guys. I don't appreciate my camera right now. There we go. I accidentally hit the panoramic view. Alright, let's get the Reaver charged up on these dudes. I think my standard 3-hit actually charges the Reaver a little bit faster. I'm getting stun locked though. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's see if I can get another charge going here. With Kain's sword, it should be able to keep a charge. Hey, there's our gluttony kills more. Now we can just do the distance feeding, which is a little bit faster. Ooh, let's see if we can corral a bunch of these dudes together. Actually, his sword doesn't keep a charge. Thought it did. Do they try to retreat? No, they still follow me. Let's lure them over here. These guys are actually stuck back here. What if I can lure them over by these other guys? Get all of these guys together. This one's stuck behind the statue. Alright. It's just gonna keep doing that.
Die, vampire!
These guys are so annoying. Just the constant knockdowns from them. Oh, they actually both got each other. That's kind of funny. Now, there was one other archer chilling back here. Let's see if we can pull him out of that. You know what I think it does do? I think it keeps its power-up charge. I'm also very curious, what would happen if I went back and then came back? Would it actually respawn all the enemies out here? No, it doesn't. I was gonna see if I could farm on those bigger groups, but we can't. Let's just keep moving forward. There will probably be more dudes up ahead, though. Because usually they rush out of this area. Actually, no, it's still empty. I can hear some other dudes above me, though. And they've got arrows. Let me actually get rid of these guys. If I remember correctly, there's actually a decent amount of archers up above us. Oh, we got a new one. We could also sit in the air for 13 seconds here and still get the ridge if we still needed it. But these are the opportune moments for that. Nightmare's hammer while in the air. Countered it. Alright, now let's see if we can get up here without getting shot. Usually you want to push these archers up ahead into the spikes behind them. But I really want to see if we can use our Reaver power on these guys. Yeah, here we go. This will do wonders. Actually knocking each other off the edge. Well, that was probably a decent amount. I'm surprised we're not at 25 yet. I feel like we had to be close. I wonder if they have to incapacitate them, though, in order for it to count. But you can still get it on later chapters. It's not like a big deal. I also want to see our new move. There we go. Oh, he bounces him right back up. Fine, I was mid-dodge on that. Alright, they're taken care of.
The mist that shrouded this lake, miraculously now cleared away, revealing an ancient citadel. So Mobius had not lied. Or perhaps this was simply another of the time streamer's illusions, meant to slow my true endeavor.
Well, that's probably going to be the end of this chapter. Not much else to really do here.
The vampire hunters, brazen as they were, feared to walk these paths. I knew one spirit haunted this place. Perhaps there were others as well.
Alright, we're in chapter 6 now. This is when we're going to have to worry about our first kill all of these enemies as possible, in this case the vampire hunters, which is going to be a little tricky because there's some that might respawn that we have to worry about, but that might also happen in a later chapter and not this one. But we can also get our first 2 collectibles immediately in this chapter. There's actually 7 collectibles total in this one, but one of them's under the water. Dude, it gets so distorted and hazy in the water. But alright, there's our Arcane Tome. We got a Keeper of Secrets skin for Raziel now. And then our next collectible is literally just right here. That's 2 out of the 7 already. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to get attacked right here.
Die, foul beast!
I want to try to charge this one up so I can at least blind them, because I'm going to be kind of trapped in the circle here. I'm gonna feed on this one. Our mage is blind. Let's get rid of her. Here's our introduction to the brute guys. Oh, we blinded him. Nice. Let's maximize on some damage here. Oh, I thought we eliminated him at first. Yeah, these guys can be kind of aggressive. But that'll get rid of them. Oh, she's possessed.
These smoldering sconces seemed as though they would ignite. If only I had a fire source.
Is that really the time? What happened to the one lady? I'm hoping that doesn't screw us over, because she just vanished. I'm not sure where she ended up going. We'll have to play the whole chapter out and see what happens for that one achievement. I could try to load the checkpoint, I suppose. Alright, before I get too close this time, I'm gonna get her over here, because I'm gonna actually kill her myself. Because like I said, she just vanished before, and I'm gonna try and reset this. Alright, she died that time. We actually saw her die. I'm just doing it as a precaution. So let's eliminate these two again.
These smoldering sconces seemed as though they would ignite. If only I had a fire source.
Which, we do not have a fire source. Light Reaver's not gonna do it. Do they want me to... No, we can't attack that. Alright, let's climb this wall. I was just double checking everything this time. You didn't throw projectiles at me. I'm gonna say it's only gonna be a matter of time before they fall off the edge. It's kind of narrow up here. Won't that fall actually survive? No, looks like he's dead. Alright, I think we're gonna be getting our Flame Reaver right away here. As soon as we figure out how to open this portal. Can I even interact with anything down here yet? Oh, I see. That will light it. Let's get this thing moved. I don't think this will end up lighting it from this distance. No. But let's open up this thing right away. I don't actually know if I need that one open. I might just be trying to get this into the center. Oh, it actually doesn't even stay lit. Let's try this again. I might need to move the one thing. Yeah, okay, it won't even light it unless I get it right up close, even though the fire is clearly touching it. That should do it. I keep hitting left trigger to aim for some reason. That just recenters the camera. Alright, let's go get our next Reaver.
I sought to unravel the mystery of my fate, and in this image lay my first clue. For this scene depicted the forging of the Reaver, the weapon destined to become my prison, and I recognized its maker. The years had changed him, but this was unmistakably the vampire Vorador, and in this era, he still lived. If I could reach him before Mobius's mob hunted him down, he would provide the answers I sought. These images chronicled Vorador's creation. As I already knew, he had not been born a vampire, but had been turned by the infamous Janos Audron. But this mural suggested that Vorador's origins were even more significant. Apparently, he was the first human to whom the dark gift had been passed. This was the vampires' desperate bid to preserve their bloodline, for their enemies had cursed them not only with bloodthirst, but with sterility as well.
Yeah, we know Vorador. He was the green one in Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered. He's also pretty important in Blood Omen 1. Same with Janos Audron. He's also in Soul Reaver 2 Remastered. He's like the first ancient vampire, I think. You know how these go. Gotta go charge up the Reaver. We do have a collectible down here. I don't think I can get it from this side yet, though. Alright, dispel all of those things. Alright, we need the Flame Reaver for this. Alright, it actually looks like we got that one that did the slam down attack. Alright, before we... Actually, I can't even grab
This
it yet.
spirit vessel was not yet activated. Perhaps there was some means for me to awaken it.
From here, we might be able to actually grab our next collectible, though. This might be our way back up to the portal. Yeah, alright. I think I need to do all of the Spirit Realm stuff first, then. But we gotta climb up to it. That's why I wasn't sure if I could get it right now. Actually, this is the way we gotta go for it. It's not a wall climb, but it's like a ledge climb. Yeah, here we go. There's our next tome. They usually have at least one collectible in all of these forges. Alright, let's go into the Spirit Realm. Eat some souls.
I was met by the specter of the Nature Guardian, monstrously deformed since its death centuries ago.
Rejoice, creature, for today your spirit will return to the One.
Well, I don't like the one, so I don't want my spirit to return to him. These damn tentacles, man. I don't even know if I can cut these. There we go, that one's dead. How many of those things can she spawn? Pushed me away when she was like a sliver away from dying. Get rid of the rest of these. Alright, now, where's the other Spirit Guardian?
Apparently, a single soul was not enough to activate this spirit vessel. Perhaps another specter was lurking around here somewhere.
Also, I might want to find some souls down here. There we go.
Approaching the tomb, I was met by the specter of the Guardian himself.
Eternity weighs heavily.
I have a solution.
I bear it in atonement. But your moment of existence has passed. Come and be released.
No, thank you. I always try to cancel out. It's just after so many hits they do their area of effect like that. I might have a shield bubble right now. Alright, that should be everything we need. Get back to the physical realm now. Forgot if we can actually... Oh, we can light these, okay. I was gonna say, it looks like something I'd be able to light on fire.
As the Reaver absorbed the souls of the Nature and Conflict Guardians, it was imbued with the elemental power of fire with which their principles were aligned. I was now equipped to reach the pillars.
Alright, I wasn't sure if it blocked this one. That's why I was kind of circling. But now we just need to find 3 more. We can actually probably get a lot of immolations with this too, with the Reaver charged up. So we're probably going to stick with that, even though blinding is extremely helpful. I don't think there's any passages through these. So I don't think we're going into the spirit realm again. We didn't have to climb up on this one. Okay, good. Let's go back into this chamber. I think this thing brought up that pedestal. Well, where were the other 2 now? Still have one on this side. Take it the other one was another one of those jar-looking things. I actually didn't catch that one. Never mind, it was actually the most obvious spot. Literally directly to the left of the one we lit before. I think it was actually very well obscured. Now I just gotta get back up. Because our portal will now be functional. So we can just get out of here right away. Alright, now we can get through that one passageway. Wrong Reaver. Start charging up our Flame Reaver. Nope, stop doing that, Raziel. I actually need some health. Alright, get some flame charge on it. Vampire hunters might actually come back too. Let's see if they spawn here again. No, alright, we're good. Let's light these torches. I already know these are vampire hunters. I remember their traps. Hey, we fed the Reaver 100 times finally. Alright, that's an immolation right there. The only thing that sucks about immolations is they don't really seem to care if they're on fire. Okay, he missed. Yeah, this is why these guys are really annoying. They can just easily interrupt you. Actually, should have just fed off him, but whatever, he's dead. Alright, nothing over here.
Once again, I beheld the pillars of Nosgoth, crumbling in decay now, following the corruption of the Circle. Here I would find Ariel, the specter of the murdered Balance Guardian, and the last pure, undefiled member of the Guardian Circle. Bound here upon her death, she was doomed to haunt these pillars until her successor fulfilled his terrible duty, and balance was restored.
What manner of creature approaches?
I know you well, Ariel, though you do not yet know me.
I have no time for riddles, strange one.
All you have is time. I have come to seek your guidance.
I counsel only one man, and you are not he. But you will know him soon. The contagion of your kind is coming to an end.
My kind? What exactly do you think I am?
Your name shall remain unspoken, as decreed by our ancestors. You serve the one who so brutally took my life and set this tragedy in motion. But even now, hope is at work. Balance will be restored, and your kind will be expelled forever.
You have pinned your hopes on Kain. He will disappoint you.
What can you know of Kain?
More than you could ever fathom.
He will do what he must when the time comes.
By choosing his own death. A sacrifice for the world. You don't know Kain very well.
I know what he is called to do. My faith sustains me.
Is it faith or fear? You know that if Kain refuses the sacrifice, you will never leave here. And you begin to suspect.
I will not hear your poison, fiend.
Grant me the answers I require, and I will leave you to your pathetic delusions.
Ask, then.
I seek the vampire Vorador.
To kill him, perhaps, or to join him in death. But for Kain, he is the last of his kind. Mobius's mob has done its work.
My reasons are my own.
His refuge lies in the heart of the Black Forest. And may you molder there together until the end comes.
Well, Ariel looks pretty different. I actually liked her Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remaster model more. It looked more consistent with the old one. Right, we've got 3 main groups of vampire hunters here. They're not really that hard to miss. You can kind of see them. But we also have our next collectible. Let's grab this right away. And let's get to cutting these guys down. I'm gonna miss not being able to blind him. Just for the time being, at least. I need health right now, though. Oh, she got possessed.
You don't belong in this world, vampire.
Alright, let's get these ambush groups to spawn.
Crush him, or all those you have killed die now.
That should probably, yeah, I was gonna say, that should probably get her. The one thing that's nice about immolations for the achievement on this one is that you just need to set them on fire. You don't need to kill them with fire. I don't know why they're actually not trying to attack me. Here we go, these ones are. I don't even know how I avoided his first hit. Got these guys, man.
Destroy him!
We won't get hit by projectiles anymore. Alright, that group's dealt with. That was some good teamwork.
Destroy him!
Guy's just flying out of nowhere, man.
Destroy him!
Alright, that group is dealt with. We can double check this group up here. This one might not try to ambush me until we need to go through here. Because I need a key item to open this. It almost looked like I could just walk through it. But yeah, you want to kind of eliminate those ambush groups before getting the disc key that's in this area. Our next collectible's up ahead as well. Let's grab this.
This seemed to be attuned to the elemental principle of air.
We're gonna need that. Nope, she had to put up a shield, huh? That'll hurt her a bit. Did she just get... Hopefully, I don't know if she's dead or not. So one downside to the kill all enemies possible achievements is when that happens, it's kind of hard to tell if you did it. Like, is she actually dead? We'll never know. She fell through the map. Can this guy give it a rest? Break these barrels really quick. Oh, where the hell did he come from? I think he's still spawning out of the tent. See, the thing that has me worried is we do still have combat music. Oh. There is no geometry here, so I guess she probably did die. Well, we'll have to see what happens. Because we're just going to have to take that gamble. That's when it's kind of out of my hands personally. I can still hear the fire sound effect. Guy ready to die yet? Well, he died from that. Alright, that's that group. Yeah, we're probably going to be hearing fire quite often. Pretty sure this dude's dead. Yeah, just wouldn't let me do an execution on him. I'm actually curious if this is counting towards immolations. Immolation's 23. You know what? I think the passive lighting them on fire isn't actually counting then. I'll just have to use the power more often. Because I need 75 of those. Which is actually different than blinding. When you hit them and they get blinded with the Reaver, it actually does count as blinding them. It's weird that setting them on fire with the Reaver doesn't count. Yeah, we'll just have to spam that more often. I want to die already? That's hopefully not the way they want me to climb up there, because I don't think I can make that jump. So we can't knock the same pillar down that Kain can. Here we go. We just had to float to that one. No, don't fall off the edge, guys. I don't know what happened to that fourth one. I don't know if he's still stuck on the edge or not. He is. Dude, he had to put himself in the worst possible position. Alright, that'll at least kill him. Alright, let's get through here. Hopefully he doesn't get himself into the water somehow. That'd be most unfortunate. Alright, he's dealt with. That's all of those things. Alright, I think we gotta get our air Reaver now. Our last two collectibles are also in the Air Reaver place. They're actually kind of close by each other. And then we just gotta hope we get the kill all possible vampire hunters in this area achievement. But, like I said, there's no real way to know if you're on track for that.
I was transported to yet another ancient vampire chamber. This one apparently aligned with the elemental power of air. These murals had suffered some damage. Once again I recognized the vampire's hero, but this scene revealed something new. For here they had also depicted his destined adversary, now partially obscured, who seemed to bear a flaming sword.
This one we're probably going to need to defeat guardians as well. Pretty sure that starts to become a pretty consistent theme with these. He actually dodged that. Oh, that actually takes care of him pretty quickly. You don't get to feed on him or anything, but with these zombie guys, it burns him away. Damn it. These guys actually might kill me. I'm getting caught up in stun locks. Let's feed on them. Alright, let's keep getting some health here. Alright, no more of those things. Looks like it's Spirit Realm time. I'm actually gonna keep... Actually, we can eat these guys. How many of them are there? Oh, he ate one of the wandering souls. Did he miss his TK push on everybody? Alright, I'll clear out here.
In winning all, we lost all. In winning what we thought mattered, we lost what truly mattered. But for you, there is a chance.
What chance is that?
The bliss of death. I offer it.
But I do not accept.
And these things just only want to kill me. Another decoy. she's actually the real one. So these ones can throw projectiles, so I might want to just get rid of them. Alright, she's gone. I think our next two collectibles are coming up real soon here. Pretty sure one of them's right down this way, and then the other one's kind of on the other side, around the other loop. There's the Arcane Tome. Let's get through here. We're gonna have to be in the physical realm for the next one. This will be our final collectible in the chapter. Alright, now we just gotta get rid of that other guardian. Which I think was actually gonna be right underneath us here. No health for this one.
You too share the curse. Submit and be released.
Never.
Alright, thanks, buddy. Damn, his projectiles are a lot faster. Really mid-dodge on that. This guy's really aggressive. Jesus, man. They're way too fast. Basically, being locked onto him is what opens you up. Alright, that'll clear them all out. I really need some souls to feed on. They don't want me to go through here, though, do they? Because I wouldn't be able to break that open. I think we gotta go all the way back. So let's keep going through here. Get back to the main chamber. Hopefully there's a floating soul out here somewhere. Actually, yeah, there's a few in there. There we go, that'll heal us up.
As the Reaver absorbed the souls of the Mind and Dimension Guardians, it was imbued with the elemental power of air with which their principles were aligned.
There we go, we can do this now. Oh, we actually still have to light these ones on fire. Usually they always use their elements. But this is like a combination thing. I could have also just climbed the wall to this one. Alright, there's those two. I don't know if I'm just matching the symbols. Alright, pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, that's right, we're gonna want to light this. It's making us use everything. The other one's probably gonna need darkness. Alright, now we just gotta get to our portal. I was just looking behind me really quick. Because they had 2 floating platforms out there, but you really only need the one. Alright, we can go over to that one air thing now. We're gonna have to track down the rest of the vampire hunters outside. Some of them are gonna be in repeated spots. So we just gotta hope for the best. It's also gonna be these ones out here. I gotta be kind of careful, because if they land in the water, it's gonna be really hard to kill them. But they keep angling themselves into the water, which is great. This Naruto running guy. Oh, we have that now. You can actually, yeah, you can kind of stun lock these guys with a 2-hit combo. Damn it. Of course he lands that. No, don't come up here. I don't want him to fall off the edge, because that will lead right to the water. Nope, 2-hit does not stun lock him. If he wants to do the overhead, he'll just get it. God, man, I hate these guys. They know exactly when to attack. Alright, they're all dead. Some underneath me too. Yeah, one combo when you have this thing charged just instantly takes him out. For that ground quick jab. I think they're all dead out here. I don't think any of them were stuck. I do hear a few of them. I think it actually has some range on it, though.
Don't belong in this world.
Alright, big guy's dead. Alright, let's see if there's any other groups around the pillars, besides the ones that are over there. We do want to head back to that little camp that's over there before continuing our story path, because I'm pretty sure it spawns another group of them.
You don't belong in this world, vampire.
Yeah, we can actually see some of them up ahead.
For all those you have killed, die now.
Getting hit back and forth. Alright, they're taken care of. This is basically, I think, going to be our moment of truth here as to whether or not we'll get it. If I can even get up there to fight him. Keep edge camping.
Die, foul beast.
Hopefully that got the big guy. No, he's fine. Damn, he came out of that fire just already swinging. I kept attacking there, but he only swung once for some reason. There we go, we got it. Eliminate as many vampire hunters as possible. Alright. Some people have a lot of problems with that, so I was really hoping we'd get it, and it looks like we are all okay here. Yeah, I don't know why I went that way.
With the Reaver endowed with the elemental power of air, the way to Vorador's refuge lay open at last. If the old vampire still lived, he alone could tell me how to escape the terrible destiny charted for me when the Reaver was forged. Vorador's refuge was hidden deep within the Black Forest. I hope to find him before Mobius's cutthroats did.
And so I arrived at the citadel of my vampire ancestors, long abandoned since their extinction eons ago. Perhaps it still held the wisdom of its creators. Here, Mobius said I would find proof that Raziel was not what I thought he was, or hoped he would be. But in sending me here, Mobius had done me an unexpected, or perhaps an unwitting, service. For it was my destiny, not Raziel's, my role as Scion of Balance, whose secrets I was here to discover.
Alright, we're on the next chapter. Let me get rid of these purple things. It's kind of hard to do that. There it goes. On those guys, that overhead attack. Alright, I think they're all cleared out. Sometimes a lot of those purple blobs like to get stuck on stuff. But there we go. Chapter 6 is done. Chapter 6's only miscellaneous achievement is killing all the vampire hunters. So we did get that. We also got all 7 collectibles. And we did everything in Chapter 5 that we could do. Except for the Devil May Care achievement. We didn't end up getting that. I'm starting to think that when they get immobilized, like incapacitated, if I touch them, it counts as a kill for me. But if I let them die, it might count as a kill from them. So we're probably close to getting that achievement. We have many opportunities to still do it, so it's not that big of a deal. But when we do use our power with Kain's Flame Reaver, we're just going to let them incapacitate them and just not touch the incapacitated enemies from here on out and see if that triggers it, because we should have had more than 25. But like I said, we still have many opportunities to go for that. So everything's looking pretty good so far. We're getting there. I'll do like a skin showcase when we have all of them instead of checking them as we get them. Because like I said, in my first playthroughs, I like to kind of just use everything on its default setting, even like outfits and stuff like that, just to get like the intended vision for my first playthrough. And then on like other playthroughs, I'll experiment with the other outfits and stuff like that. But yeah, we're basically like halfway through this game now. Some of the chapters are a lot shorter than others though. Like Chapter 5 only took us like 30 minutes if we exclude all of the farming and stuff like that. And then Chapter 4 was obviously like a lot longer than that. So we'll just see how long it takes. I don't remember exactly how long this game is. I think it's only like anywhere between 6 to 10 hours, give or take. You can beat it in less than 6 hours, obviously, if you really rush your way through it. There's a lot of those vampire hunters we didn't have to fight, except for the ones that summon the circle around us, which you can actually avoid 2 of those groups. So if you are going for that achievement, just try to avoid as many of the non-mandatory fights as possible. With us having to farm and do other things on this save, we're just definitely not going to go for that. But as always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who checks these out as they go live or after they go live. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you in part 4.